I've done quite a few drugs, don't get me wrong. I'm not as bad as some people. I never done heroin or crack. Never got to that point, fortunately. But I was a druggie for about 2 years, and at my worst I was doing stuff every day. I done coke, MDMA, K, Xanax, LSD, weed, the basics, But the worst that nobody ever really talks about, that a lot of people, when they hear this, they're going to click off this video, is alcohol. 100%. Now, of course, alcohol's horrible for the mind and body. In fact, alcohol is fat soluble, which means it can get into any cell in your body, the brain, the liver, the skin, everything. It wreaks havoc on the whole system. And of course, your mental health gets fucked, to be honest, especially if you're doing it a lot. But even on the weekend, you feel it the next day, that hangover, that regret, that pain. But oh, it was worth it. It was fun. And of course, we all know that when people are drunk, they can do some horrible, horrible things. Myself, I used to be one of the worst people when I was drunk. And I know not everybody's like this, but a lot of people are. One time we were at this park area near my house called the 5 Mile. Me and my friend, we were walking up. There was a few of us, me and this guy, we were arguing back and forth, back and forth. And it just kept escalating, and then he started calling me a bitch. And I started getting really angry. Really angry. To the point I was literally like crying with anger. And he kept, oh, you're crying, you bitch, you bitch. He kept going and going and going. And eventually I grabbed the ball that I had and I smashed it on the ground. I tried to pick up a piece of glass and tried to stab him in the neck. I tried to kill him. I literally tried to kill him. Luckily, nothing happened to him. I ended up cutting my hand. I doubt you can see it on the camera, to be honest. But I ended up getting a scar from it. But my whole life could have been changed. I could have been in jail right now. I could be in jail after having stabbed him to death. But that's not even the worst part, to be honest. You know what makes it the worst drug? Is people don't think it's a drug. It's normalized. It's just a wee drink. It's everywhere. If you do coke in front of your kid, oh my god, you're a horrible parent. You're evil. You should be thrown in jail. Oh, but if it's drink, it's okay. Oh, giving your kid a joint, oh, that's horrible. But a lot of people will be fine if their teenage son, daughter drinks. It's normalized. People will run in and they'll get alcohol for kids. Well, young teenagers. And it's seen as normal, seen as fine. But it's a drug at the end of the day, like any other. It's no different. I mean, if you've done lots of different stuff, you'll know. It alters the mind just like any other drug. But it's pushed everywhere. Of course, it's been in our society for a long, long time. So there's no wonder we start to normalize it. But now more than ever, it's just pushed on us through advertisements. I mean, we get celebrities, people looking up to these celebrities, and they're trying to sell them drink, like Conor McGregor. I think The Rock has some. It's literally everywhere. You see it on advertisements. They get this manly looking man having a drink. Movies, of course, especially the older movies, like James Bond and stuff. We see people drinking, making it seem cool. But it's just escapism. What we're doing is just teaching our kids to escape rather than go after their goals. Because see, any drug use, like when you call it recreational, any recreational drug use, right, it's just escapism. And of course, there's medical reasons. Some drugs can be good for spiritual reasons, but recreational use is always just abuse, because what you're doing is you're saying, nah, I don't like my current life. And instead of working towards it, you go and you escape, you have fun with the boys, whatever you want to call it. But deep down and the more you do this, the more the mask starts to come off. Because when you're young, you're excited, you can see everyone doing this, and now you want to get involved. So that is true, that is often what pushes us towards it. But when we keep going again and again and again, the mask slips, we see what we're really doing. We're just escaping. And most of the time, people double down. I did. When I hit 18, man, the smack in my face. I mean, I was a big dreamer, always living in my head, thinking I'm going to do this and that. And 18 was this number I had in my head because, well, obviously 18 is when you become a man and stuff. But when 18 hit and I was leaving school, I'd gone nowhere. I was literally just drug ace and I couldn't handle it. It was just crushed me, so I doubled down. Even though I seen what I was doing was I was just escaping. I had to double down because there was so much pain. Thankfully, because of that, it just got worse and worse and worse. And I know that sounds crazy, but because it got worse, I had to stop. I had to change because the pain was too strong, too strong. And I honestly, I don't understand how people can live in that state for years, because it destroyed me. I had to move. I had to change, dying inside every single day. And maybe I'm just weak, you know, maybe I'm just a bitch or whatever, emotional person. But if that's the case, I'm grateful, because I got out of it so quickly. You know, I was partying for about 4 years, and 2 of those years I was really into using drugs. Some people go 30, 40, 50 years, their whole lives doing that, wasting, drinking, thinking, oh yeah, that's fine, it's just a wee beer. But when we actually see it for what it is, a drug that we're using to try and cope, we realise the destructive nature in this. And if you're passing this on to people, honestly, if you're especially kids, if you're even drinking around kids, because kids will look at that and say, oh, that's fine, that they're learning constantly, of course. And when they see you drinking, see you drunk, you're telling them, oh, this is okay, it's okay to get high, to get drunk, to alter your state of consciousness in a way to escape from reality. That's fine, it's okay to destroy your body, your mind. If that is you, fuck you, because you're destroying a kid's life. Especially if you're giving your kid beer and drink and all when they're 13, 14, whatever, or even younger. You should be arrested. That's child abuse. It's a drug like any other. When you start looking at that, you realise it. What you're doing, not only to yourself, but to others. Remember, you're better than that bag, you're better than that ball.